press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello friends, welcome to Phoenix Educare. Welcome to the last and the fourth part of the chapter political parties. So in the first three parts we have seen which are the different state parties and national parties. Also we have seen what are the functions of political party, what are the different kinds of party system. We have seen what is the need of political party in representative democracy. So let us move further and now we will see what are the challenges that are faced by the political parties and how the political parties are overcoming the challenges. See, the first challenge is lack of internal democracy within the party. See, democracy, we are having political parties. In democracy, we are having political parties where all the citizens are coming together and they are voting for some particular political party. But the democracy is not present within the political party. Political party के अंदर ही democracy नहीं है. Democracy मतलब जो भी leaders है, उनको हम choose करते हैं. People choose करते हैं. लेकिन पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के अंदर जो भी लीडर्स है उन्हें चूज नहीं करते. कोई एक लीडर का अगर कोई लीडर टॉप मोस्ट लीडर है वो अपने बेटे को लीडर बना देता है या बेटी को लीडर बना देता है. सो वी कैन नॉट से दैट देयर इज डेमोक्रेसी विद इन द पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. सो ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड देयर इज टेंडेंसी इन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज टुवर्ड्स द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ पावर इन hands of few people or few leaders. So power is concentrated in the hands of few people. So if you take example of Congress, so power is concentrated in the hands of few people in Delhi, or we can say Gandhi family. If you take example of BJP, then power is concentrated in the hands of few people. Like if you take example of today's scenario, then Narendra Modi or Amit Shah, they are having more power in BJP than the other people who are part of BJP. All over the world, there is tendency in political parties towards the concentration of power in one or few leaders at the top. Parties do not keep membership registers, do not hold organizational meetings, and do not conduct internal elections regularly. See, if I want to elect a party president for my town, for my city, then there should be elections. The people who are member of the political party or activist of the political party in that city, they should come together and they should vote their city leader. But that is not happening. Topmost leaders are directly electing some person as the city leader or leader of the city. You must have seen many hoardings where many people are having some photographs that are part of political parties. They are telling that they are the members, they are the leader of Mumbai Bharatiya Janata Party or Delhi Bharatiya Janata Party or Chennai Bharatiya Janata Party or Chennai Congress Party. So these leaders should be elected by the people who are part of Chennai, who are the supporters of BJP or Congress in Chennai. But these leaders are directly elected or selected by the topmost leaders. They are not asking the common followers of the political party or common workers of the political party. So there is lack of internal democracy. They are not keeping membership registers. They are not keeping the names of members with them. Also, they do not hold organizational meetings. There should be meetings that should be held in the political parties. They are not organizing the meetings. Ordinary members of the party do not get sufficient information of what is happening inside the party. So the common member of the party is not knowing what is happening in the party or who are becoming leaders and why they are becoming leaders. If suppose some person is getting ticket in election, then if suppose that person has given money, then the people, ordinary citizens are not knowing if he has given money or he is a genuine person. So internal affairs of the political parties are not known to the common citizens of the country. They do not have the means or connection needed to influence the decisions. So the common people of the political party are not having the means or they are not having influences so that they can change the policies. So they have to follow the leaders. As a result, the leaders assume greater power to make decisions in the name of the party. So the leaders, supreme leaders of the political parties are having greater power. They can take any decisions and they will say that they have consulted all the people and all the people are agreeing to the decision. Since one or few leaders exercise paramount power in party, the supreme power in the party, those who disagree with the leadership find it difficult to continue in the party. So people who are disagreeing with the leaders, they cannot stay in that party, so they have to leave the party or they have to join other party. More than loyalty to the party principles and policies, personal loyalty to the leader becomes important. So if you are loyal to the policies of the party or principles of the party, that is not useful. You should be loyal to the leader. If you are loyal to the leader, then only you will get ticket in election or you will get some power in the political party. The second challenge of dynastic succession. So all political parties have become a dynasty. जैसे पहले राजा होते थे, राजा के मरने के बाद उसका बेटा राजा बनता था. Similar way we are having political parties. Like the topmost leader is choosing his son or daughter as the next leader of that political party. So this is like a dynasty. So since most political parties do not conduct internal elections, there are very few ways for an ordinary worker to rise to top in the party. So there are few ways, there are few examples where ordinary worker can become a topmost leader in the political party. If you take example of Narendra Modi, so Narendra Modi was very small leader in BJP, but after becoming leader, after spending some time in BJP, now he is the topmost leader of BJP. But these are very few examples. Most of the examples are that major political parties are selecting their son or their daughter as the supreme leader. Those who happen to be leaders in the position of unfair advantage to favor people close to them or even their family members. So they are favoring their family members to become leaders. In many parties, the top positions are always controlled by members of one family. So many parties we can see that topmost leaders are from one family. If you take example from Congress, so we can see that the Congress leader or Congress head is mostly from Gandhi family. If you take example of BJP, then there are many BJP leaders which are having their sons and daughters are also becoming MPs or MLAs. They are also becoming ministers. So topmost leaders of the political party are controlling more power. So this is challenge of dynastic succession. See, the challenge of dynastic succession is unfair to other members of the party. This is also bad for democracy, since people who do not have adequate experience or popular support come to occupy positions of power. See, the sons and daughters of the leaders are not having popular support. They are also not having experience, but still they become popular leader and they become powerful leaders and they acquire power. So this is bad for the democracy. In democracy, the person who is accepted by the people or he is having experience to work for the people should become leader. But the people are electing their sons and daughters and they are becoming leaders. They don't have experience or they don't have popular support, but still because of their parents or because of their legacy they are becoming leaders. So this tendency is present all over the world. We cannot say that in India only this tendency is there, but in case of the world we can see that this is followed in all over the world. Next challenge faced by political party is growing role of money and muscle power. So in parties, especially during election, since parties are focused only on winning elections, they tend to use shortcuts to win elections. See, major aim of political party is to win election. Whenever the political party will win election, then only they can implement their policies and they can fulfill the needs of the people. But for winning election, they are using some shortcuts. They are using some bad practices. They are distributing money and they are distributing gifts to get vote, or they are using some muscle power. They are using some goons to threaten people and they are winning elections. So this is bad for the democracy. They tend to nominate those candidates who can raise lots of money. So they are nominating the candidates which can arrange lots of money and they will distribute the money and they will become leaders. Rich people and companies, those who give funds to the parties, tend to have influence on the policies and decisions of the party. So the rich people or companies, those who give fund to the parties, those who are giving fund to the parties, they are also influencing the decisions of the political party. If you take example of some business groups, so business groups or businessmen, they are giving some charity to the political parties. They are giving some money to the political parties. So after getting the money, there are chances that businessmen will influence the policies of the political party. They will change the policies of the political parties. In some cases, parties support criminals who can win elections. So we can see that many criminals are also becoming leaders. So they are supporting the criminals and so that they can win elections. Democrats all over the world are worried about the increasing role of rich people and big companies in democratic politics. So if big people or big rich people or criminals or rich people are becoming part of political parties and they are becoming leaders, then it is very much bad for the democracy, or it is very much bad for the future of our country. So leaders should be efficient and leaders should be clean. They should be non-corrupt. Parties do not seem to offer a meaningful choice to voters. So this is the next challenge. Parties do not seem to offer a meaningful choice to the voters. So there is no meaningful choice. If you take example of BJP and take example of Congress, then BJP is also talking that they will do good for the poor people, and Congress is also telling that if they will come in power, they will do something good for the poor people. Both of them are having same policies. Some of the other things will be different in their policies, but their main policy will be same, that they will work for the welfare of the poor people. So there are no difference in the ideologies. So it is very much confusing to the people also to choose the leaders. In order to offer a meaningful choice, parties must be significantly different. In recent years, there has been a decline in the ideology difference among parties in most of the world. So in most of the part of the world, the ideologies of political parties have become similar. They agree on more fundamental aspects but differ only in detail and how policies to be framed and implemented. See, fundamental aspects of the policies are same. Like I have told you, like they are telling that they want to eradicate poverty from India. BJP is also telling that they want to eradicate poverty, and Congress is also telling they want to eradicate poverty. So their main policy is same, that they want to eradicate poverty. But the laws or the policies, internal policies will be different, and Congress will have some other policies and other way, and BJP will have some other way, but their major policy will be same. So people are confusing which political party they should vote. Those who want really different policies do not have opinion available to them or option available to them. If suppose people are wanting some different policies, but leaders are not giving them choice, so option is not available. Sometimes people cannot even elect very different leaders either, because same sets of leaders keep shifting from one party to other. So people are shifting their parties, people are changing their parties, so people are not having choice. Common citizens are not having choice to select their leaders, because suppose some leader was earlier in BJP, now he is working in Congress. Again, if he is having some problem in Congress, he will go in other party. So people are not having choices. Now we will see how we can change the political parties, or how we can bring reforms in the political parties. In order to face this challenge, political parties need to be reformed. So the question is, are political parties willing to reform? If they are willing, then what prevented them from reforming so far? So first, if you want to change a political party, then political parties themselves should reform. They should themselves bring a change about in their thinking and about their ideologies and about their working. But let us see if political parties are ready to reform, and if they are ready to reform, what is the reason they have not yet reformed so far. If they are not willing, it is possible to force them to reform. If their political parties are not willing to reform, then it is the duty of the citizen to force the political parties to reform them. We cannot elect leaders if one political party is not good. If we vote for another political party, so there is no guarantee that the political party will be good. See, if we are not liking some political party, then we are not voting for that political party. We are choosing some other political party, but we cannot give a guarantee that that political party will be good or bad. So it is very much difficult to check whether the political party is good or bad. See, if all of them do not wish to reform, then how can we force the political parties? If all the political parties are not willing to reform, then let us see how we can force the political parties to reform. The constitution has amended and prevented elected MLAs and MPs from changing their parties. So constitution was amended, constitution was changed, and there was a law that was made. That law is Antidefection Law. So Antidefection Law prevents the leaders or prevents the MPs and MLAs to changing the political parties. See, suppose I had contested the election from BJP's ticket. I was BJP's person and BJP has given me a ticket and I have won election. And if suppose after going in parliament or after going in legislative assembly, if Congress is offering me money or Congress is offering me ministry position, then there are chances that some people will shift their political party. They will change their political party and they will become part of Congress or they will support Congress. But that is wrong, because people have voted them as they were members of BJP. So that is wrong. So there were many leaders who were changing their political parties after winning election. So there was restrictions that was put on this. That restriction was put by Anti-Defection Law. So by Anti-Defection Law, Constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. So elected MPs and MLAs are not allowed to change the parties now. This was done because many elected representatives were indulging in defection in order to become ministers or to get cash rewards. So they were getting money or they were becoming ministers by changing the political parties. So now the law states that if any MLA or MP changes parties, he or she will lose the seats in legislature. Or if suppose somebody is changing the parties, then he can be thrown out from the legislature, or his seats will be cancelled, his nomination will be cancelled. This new law has helped bring defection down. So now we can see that very few people are changing their political parties. MPs and MLAs have accept whether the party leaders decide. So there is one bad thing about this also. Is suppose a political party wants to bring a policy, and if suppose one MP is not happy with that political party or happy with that policy, and that MP is demanding that this policy should be changed, but that political party is not ready to listen to that MP. So if the MP is not accepting that policy, then earlier he would have changed that party and he would have become member of other political party. But because of the Anti-Defection Law, he cannot change his party. So because of this, he has to listen to what party leaders are telling. So that is wrong. Next is Supreme Court passed an order to reduce the influence of money and criminals. So Supreme Court has passed an order. By that order, now it is mandatory for every candidate, or now it is compulsory for every candidate who contest elections to file an affidavit giving details of his property and criminal cases pending against him. See, any person who is contesting an election, so while filling a form for election, he has to give an affidavit. He has to give affidavit stating that what are the criminal cases against him, or how much property he has, what is his educational qualification. So all these things should be given. If he is giving these things wrong, then after some time he can be punished for that. So he has to give correct information, valid information. The new system has made a lot of information available to the public. So if suppose some person is contesting election, then he has to tell how much property he is having, what are the criminal cases against him, and how much he is educated. So this information is released in public so that everybody is seeing that information. So while looking at that information, people can check whether that leader is good or bad, or he is educated or he is not educated, and people will choose the leader accordingly. So, but there is no check on the system available, a check if the information given by the candidate is correct. So there are changes that were made. All the information was given to the people, but there is no system. There is no department, or there is no people who are checking whether the information are correct or wrong. So if the person is giving some wrong information, he will be protected till somebody else is finding that information is wrong. There is no mechanism to check whether the information is correct or wrong. But if opposition party or some other people are finding that thing was not given correctly, or that information was not given correctly, then there will be inquiry against that person. If the person is found guilty, then he has to resign, or he is kicked out from that legislative assembly, or Lok Sabha, or Rajya Sabha also. As yet we don't know if that led to decline in the influence of rich and criminals. So as there is no mechanism to check, we cannot say that rich and criminals are not becoming part of political parties and they are not contesting elections. Or we cannot say the representatives are less criminals, or they are less rich, or they are poor, because there is nothing to check whether they are criminals or they are from rich background or poor background. There are chances that rich candidates are also giving some wrong information. there is no mechanism to check whether that rich person is having that much property only or he is poor. So because of these drawbacks, we cannot say that this has given some positive impact. Next is the Election Commission passed an order making it necessary for political parties to hold their organizational elections and file their income tax return. So Election Commission has ordered the political parties to hold organizational elections. Organizational election means, suppose I want to choose the leader of my state or leader of my town. A political party will nominate some people and followers and active members will vote for that person, and there will be organizational elections. For organizational elections, you must have seen various you must be knowing various leaders, which are leaders of your district or leaders of your town or leaders of your state. These people are chosen by political parties. So Election Commission has made it mandatory that for these elections, for these internal elections in the political parties, we should have elections. So there should be organizational elections. And political parties should also give income tax return. So income tax return means how much income the political party is getting from funds or from other people. So this is the income. So they should file income tax return, so that if they are filing income tax return, then we can know that how much money political party has got. The parties that have started doing this, but sometimes it is mere formality. It is not clear if this step has led to the greater internal democracy of political parties. See, parties are also organizing democratic elections or internal elections within their parties, but that elections are just on paper. They are fake elections. The leaders which are selected by the topmost leaders or supreme leaders, they are only becoming leaders. So other person are just standing for fulfilling the official criteria, like we have to contest democratic elections, etc. So if you take example of Congress party, so in Congress party, Rahul Gandhi became the president of Congress party, but he was not having some strong opponent. So as there was no strong opponent, he became the leader of Congress party. Also, if you take example of BJP, so in BJP, Amit Shah is the president of BJP, national level BJP. So during Amit Shah's election, there was no other person or there was no other strong person who was opposing Amit Shah. So he became the leader of BJP or he became the president of BJP. So there is no meaningful choice. Law should be made to regulate internal affairs of political party. So law should be made to regulate internal affairs of political party. It should be made compulsory for political parties to maintain register of its members. So what all should be included in the laws? So there should be register of the members of the political parties. Then they to follow their own constitution. Political parties should have their own constitution, and that constitution should be followed. To have independent authority, there should be independent authority that should check whether the members or the leaders of the political party are good or bad. Then to act as a judge in the case of party disputes. If there are some disputes in the political party, suppose two leaders in the political party are fighting against each other, then the supreme leaders, or there should be some mechanism that will act as a judge and that will solve that problems in the political party. To hold open elections to higher posts. So higher posts in the political party should be done by open elections. So everybody, active members, leaders, followers of the political party should vote for the person. It should be made mandatory for political parties to give minimum number of tickets and 1/3 tickets to women candidates. So women candidates will get representation only if political parties are giving some tickets. So it should be made mandatory to give 1/3 of the seats to the women candidate. Similarly, there should be quota for women in decision-making bodies of the party. So if you take example of various political parties that we have discussed in the third part, so the major leaders of the political parties, except BSP or Trinamool Congress, or we were having Jayalalitha, she was the supreme leader of AIDMK. So except some leaders, most of the leaders are male leaders. Most of the leaders are male. So there should be some chance given to the women so that they will take major decisions in the political party. So that mechanism should be developed in the political party. There should be state funding of election. State funding of election means state or the government should fund the political parties. They should give some money to the political parties, or they should give other things to the political parties, so that the political parties will not not have to collect money from the people, or they will not involved in corruption. So they should give support, should be given in the kind like petrol, paper, telephone, etc. should be given to the political parties. So they will require less money. Or it could be given in cash on the basis of votes secured by the party in last election. We have to check how much votes in last election political party got. If they are getting more votes, then we will give them more money. If they are getting less votes, we will give them less money. See, these points that we have discussed, these are not yet legal. These are not yet applicable, but this can be done. If this is done, then there will be reform in the political parties. The earlier point we have discussed, like anti-defection law or affidavit, these are legal points. These are currently in practice. But these points that we have discussed, these points are not in practice. These points are just like a suggestion that we can implement these policies, or we may implement these policies in future. These suggestions have not yet accepted by the political parties. If and when they are accepted, this could lead to some improvement. Over-regulation of political parties can be counterproductive. See, if you are regulating the political parties, then it is okay. But there should be some limit. If you are over-regulating them, then there are chances that these political parties will find some drawbacks in the system, and they will use that drawbacks in the system and they will do corruption. This would force all the political parties to find ways to cheat the law. Besides, the parties will not agree to pass law, or they will not like. So if they are not liking some law, they will not pass that. So members of the Lok Sabha or members of Vidhan Sabha or members of Rajya Sabha are members of political party. So political party के लोग ही लोक सभा, राज्य सभा और विधान सभा के members होते हैं. अगर political party को कोई law अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो वो members पास ही नहीं करेंगे law. So if you are over exploiting or over regulating the political party, then political parties will not pass the laws. People can put pressure on political parties. This can be done through petitions and publicity and agitation. So we can give petitions to political parties. We can unite all the people together, and we can force the political parties to change their policies. So if the people are coming together, people are aware about their rights, then only political parties will change. Ordinary citizens, pressure groups and movements and media can play an important role in this. If the media is criticizing the political parties, then people will understand what is wrong in that political party, and people will not vote for that political party. If people are not voting for the political party, then political party will change its policies. It will bring good people in their party. If political parties feel that they would lose public support by not taking up reform, they would become more serious about the reform. If the political parties is thinking, understanding that if they are not changing their policies, if they are not bringing reform, then there are chances that they will not get votes in next election. So they will bring reform, they will change their policies. The quality of the democracy depends on degree of public participation. So public participation is important. If the people are participating more, then political parties will also be conscious about their working. They will also work in better way. If it is difficult to reform politics if ordinary citizens do not take part in it, simply criticize it from outside. If the citizens are not becoming part of politics, not taking interest in politics, they are only just criticizing the government on Facebook and Instagram or Twitter, then that is of no use. People should directly involved in the working of political parties. They should raise question to the political parties. If the people are directly involved in the political parties, then only there will be changes in the political parties. Otherwise, there will be no changes in the political parties. So hope you have understood in this. So we have seen what is the role of political parties, what is the importance of political parties. See, political parties are very much important in democracy, but that political parties should be good. That political parties should frame some good policies, and they should work for the betterment of the country. So hope you have understood this chapter. If you have understood, share the video with your friends and tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching.